At first glance, a person might think this pilot had little or no experience, or perhaps was even drunk. That's not the case here, as it's all skill, lots of it. This was all part of an air show at Dyersburg over the weekend, despite the threatening weather, which hampered the pilots to a degree. If you happen to have been in the vicinity of the Madison East Industrial Park today, you may have seen a large contingent of military equipment and personnel. No, there wasn't a battle taking place in the area, but if there had been, these groups would have seen a lot of action. Some 250 members of the Army Reserve's 306th Field Hospital, the National Guard's B Company 473rd Support Battalion, and the Tennessee Civil Air Patrol were practicing their medical and transportation skills. They moved mock wounded through thick undergrowth, across muddy creeks, and through small openings that could be encountered in actual combat conditions. And once the wounded and escorts arrived at the field hospital, they were instructed on a variety of medical treatments. This training project is the brainchild of Army Reservist Major Michael Smith of Savannah, who says the practical experience is very important.
The main purpose of this exercise is to give our medics and our LPNs training in the field in a possible combat environment, which this type hospital, which is a field hospital, will be taking care of wounded soldiers in battle. The primary role or mission of any Army Medical Department facility is to conserve fighting strength and get the wounded soldier back to duty as rapidly as possible.
Following the exercises, it was apparent the trainees knew what they were doing. All the mock wounded were saved and went home. By mid-afternoon, the effects of the first heavy snowfall of the winter season were beginning to show in and around the Jackson area. Some motorists apparently had been caught off guard by the snow. For others, it was just an inconvenience. The number of shoppers braving the weather was down, causing some stores to close early. Trucks traveled around Jackson streets and highways, spreading salt, but with a continuing snowfall and colder temperatures, they appeared to have little effect. In Jackson, especially around Highland and Parkway, traffic was slow all afternoon. At 4 o'clock, a road grader had been dispatched to clear the snow to improve traction. On the interstate, traffic was moderate, with some vehicles apparently oblivious to the road conditions. While area roads are termed slick, most roads are still reported passable. The Highway Patrol says due to the number of accidents occurring on area highways, troopers have been ordered not to work the fender benders unless they involve injuries, heavy damage, or are blocking the roads. Those motorists involved in minor accidents are being told to exchange driver's license information and report the matter to their insurance company. Patrol dispatchers are also urging motorists to listen to area news reports for traffic information to allow them to keep their phone lines open for emergencies. Joe Larkins, News Center 7. Jackson-Madison County Airport Board Administrator Bill Marison says the announcement of suspended service wasn't unexpected, as intentions of such a move had been made known several months ago. Marison says the withdrawal occurred because of economics.
Republic is the weakest carrier. They carry the fewest number of passengers of the other two carriers in town. During the past month, Republic has operated 27 flights. They've boarded only 148 people. That's an average of 5.5 passengers per flight. And you simply cannot fly 44 passenger aircraft based on that.
A tentative date, September 8th, has been mentioned as a possible last day of service for the carrier, but it could be as long as October 16th. Marison says currently at McKellar Field, 12 flights are offered by Rio, Skyways, and Republic Airlines. And he says a Republic announcement could mean a reduction of 2 of those flights. But he says those vacancies are expected to be quickly filled. The cancellation of service came as no surprise, as Republic had announced intentions of such a move earlier this year. Republic's last flight out of Jackson occurred Monday afternoon at 2:20, and by the same time today, almost all signs of Republic having been located at the terminal building had been removed. The 6 persons employed by Republic are being transferred to various other Republic offices around the North and Midwest and are expected to be on the job by next Monday. One of the employees, Station Agent James Stewart, who has been with Republic in Jackson for the past 18 years, says leaving Jackson isn't easy.
We all have regrets and sorry to have to leave Jackson after so many years. Most of us have been here 15, 16, 18 years, and it's we have one guy that's only been here 10 years, but it's always sad to have to leave a place and close it like we have to do in Jackson.
The void created by Republic's departure has been filled by the 2 remaining airline services, Rio and Scheduled Skyways. They each took one of Republic's 2 flights, keeping the daily number of flights into McKellar at 15. Singer-songwriter Harry Chapin is dead. 38-year-old composer was killed on a highway in New York around noon today. ABC has more in this report.
For hours, the officials didn't know the man in the little VW Rabbit was Harry Chapin. He carried no identification as he drove alone toward New York City for a business meeting. Changing lanes on the Long Island Expressway, the car was hit by a tractor-trailer, and with massive injuries, the 38-year-old singer was pinned inside. The truck driver and another motorist cut the seatbelt and dragged Chapin out of the wreckage. He was helicoptered to the hospital, but it was too late. He was pronounced dead by doctors. They say he never showed signs of life after being taken from the crash scene. Harry Chapin came from a musical family. His father played with Tommy Dorsey and Woody Herman. But Harry began a career in films and was nominated for an Oscar in 1969 for a documentary he made called Legendary Champions. Then a hit record in 1972, a tune called Taxi, and Harry Chapin's storytelling career was off and running.
I said it's so good to see you, Sue. Had to play it out just once more.
Other hits, other shows, including 2 Tony Awards for his Broadway production, The Night That Made America Famous, and constant work in benefits for the cause of alleviating world hunger. He was a social conscience who won hearts rather than turning people off. Those who worked with Harry Chapin say he raised $5 million in the hunger campaign, and almost half his concerts in the last 5 years were benefits. Harry Chapin leaves a wife and 5 children and millions of fans. Gil Fox, ABC News.
This is the story of the Greater Indianapolis Housing Development Corporation, the cure that didn't work. Why did it only build 7 homes in 11 years? Why did it tear down a housing project instead of building more new homes? Why is it in financial trouble? Now that the project is gone, where's the debris? And the profits? And why won't the director talk to Sam Wyatt anymore? Confused? You won't be when you watch GIHDC, the cure that didn't work, beginning tonight at 6 on the news on 6. Tuesday at 6 on the news, it's part 2 of the story of the Greater Indianapolis Housing Development Corporation. Why did a building corporation start demolishing homes? Whose demolition equipment did they rent? Could it be the executive directors? Why did they pay his utility bills? Who got to go to Florida on the corporation's charge card? And why is the director still not talking to Sam Wyatt? Still confused? You won't be when you watch GIHDC, the cure that didn't work. Tuesday at 6 on the news on 6.
Attorney Harold Johnson, appointed by the county trustee to collect the 1971 property taxes, says this is the final action to be taken against delinquent taxpayers.
So this is the final sale of the property. All the judgments have been taken. People have been notified as best we know their addresses. There's been publications in the paper. Everyone in Madison County should know that this sale is about to take place and should check this list, which is being published, make sure that their property is not included for this sale.
Johnson says the sale was ordered due to a 10-year state statute, which says if taxes aren't recovered after that amount of time, no further action can be taken. And the county is seeking to recover before the March deadline the taxes, which, including penalties and interest, total at least $65,000. The parcels of property to be sold range in size from a 26 by 50 acre lot to a 150 acre farm. And for those 500 plus property owners still owing the taxes, Clerk and Master Nancy Matthews says they can still pay up.
If they don't want to lose their property, they have through the day of the sale to pay up any taxes owing on the property. However, the county or whoever purchases the property will actually have possession of the property after the sale. But the owner will have up to 2 years to redeem the property after the day of the sale.
The delinquent taxes will be listed under the name of the 1971 property owner, and officials say it would be wise to make sure your property taxes are paid up for that year. Quick! We got a breaking news story!
Don't forget the microphone! The microphone! Something comes with it, I think! Forgot the camera! The camera! Where's the camera? In here! The camera! Quick! Come on! Oh no! It's gone! We got